Hello, welcome back guys. Another sunscreen review coming right up, and I feel like this one isn't talked about a lot, and I was honestly very curious about it myself. It's down here. I keep like, no. I wanted to see what it was like myself because I've tried a few others from this brand, and yeah, I just hadn't seen really anything out there about it. So I hope this helps. I hope you learned something. I've learned quite a bit about it. And without further ado, obviously you know what it is from the title, but this is the Paula's Choice Clear Ultralight Daily Hydrating Fluid Broad Spectrum SPF 30+. So it's a mouthful. We're just going to call it the ultralight. I don't know. I kind of in my head, I call it the clear because I think it's meant for, well, I don't think. I know that it's meant for more oily, acne-prone skin, which is funny because I just did a review on the Zit Sticka, which is also for that. So this is, to be quite honest, quite different from that. And you will see why and my thoughts on it. Before I do that though, please do like, subscribe, you know the whole thing. It does help my channel. And I really do appreciate when you do that. And I appreciate you guys watching. So that's it. All right, I might not have to put my hair up just because I have my handy dandy headband on. We'll see how that goes. It doesn't usually go that well for me. But today we have the Paula's Choice Clear Ultralight Sunscreen. It is SPF 30+. So I'm not sure why they put the plus there because typically in the US, if you have a higher rating, like a 45, 40, 50, you can put that. It's really only that you need the plus when it's above 50 because then they can't necessarily like quantify the exact SPF. So I don't see a PA rating, which is one of the other things. Sometimes you see a plus for PA plus, that kind of thing. But this one, I don't know. So maybe somebody out there knows, but usually I only see that for 50 and over, but who knows? Okay, so the filter's in this, and I'm going to be reading from a handy dandy notes. We have 2% avobenzone, 7.5% octinoxate, 5% octosalate, and 2% octocrylene. So this is an all chemical or inorganic sunscreen. And I forgot to mention, this retails for $33. You can often find it on sale on the Paula's Choice website. So right now, I mean, I don't know how long the sale will last, but it's about $5 off. And it is 60 milliliters, excuse me. Typically they're 50, but this is 60 milliliters, which equals out to be 2 fluid ounces. So in terms of scent, we're just gonna go down my little list. This one has no scent, none whatsoever. I will show you what it looks like actually when I just start applying it. So kind of like the Zit Sticka one, it is quite fluid. And that is kind of one of the appeals of this. But as I was mentioning, before I got on that train of thought, it doesn't really have a scent at all. I would say if there's any scent, it just smells like chemicals and like a sunscreen, but not like a fragranced sunscreen. You know what I mean? Like it's not going to smell like bananas or coconut or something like that. And I've kind of gotten away from doing like the full 2 finger lengths for a lot of sunscreens, but this one, since it is so fluid, it's very easy to spread on your face in any manner that you want. I would still recommend doing small thin layers. That's just a habit I think is beneficial to get into, but this one is a very easy sunscreen to spread. So I did one little layer and I'm gonna double up because I don't think that's enough for me. That would be maybe like 1.5 finger lengths if you kind of use that method, but I always tend to do more. But I'm going to talk through some of the ingredient callouts that they have, and then we'll go in with another layer. But before we do that, you can see the finish is quite matte. I would say like one of the most matte ones that I have. So that's just nice to see, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. Okay. So this one has quite a few antioxidants and extracts in it, and I'm just going to read them through. And then if you are interested in exactly what they do for the product, Paula's Choice has a great website. They have a whole ingredient kind of encyclopedia, and even on every product, it'll say like vitamin E and then why they have it in there. Is it a skin softener? Is it an antioxidant? And they tell you exactly. But this one has chamomile extract, grapeseed extract, green tea extract, dill extract, black elderberry extract, avena sativa, which is oat extract, pomegranate extract, and goji fruit extract. So those are quite a few extracts in it. It sounds like a skincare product more than a sunscreen. I don't know if you've watched any of my other videos, my thoughts on extracts and all these like extras in a sunscreen. I don't mind it, but at the same time, you're probably paying more, and I don't necessarily believe that you always are getting the benefits from it like you would from skincare. That's just me. You know, if you believe otherwise, you are entitled to that, but for me, it's kind of like, it's a bonus, but I don't go to sunscreen for my skincare properties. So, as you can see from the finish, not greasy at all. I do have a nice little glow. That's mainly just because it's summer. Whoa, I'm like spraying it everywhere. It's mainly just because it's summer and my skin is more normal, sometimes oily in the summer. So I'm gonna have a glow pretty much with everything. And that's because I also do skincare before I put sunscreen on. But I would say that this is probably one of the most natural matte sunscreens that I've ever tried, and not in a bad way. I mean, I have tried a matte sunscreen. If you have seen my review, I did it on the, what is it, My Shell mineral sunscreen, which is very matte, and that's basically ruined my skin. But it's very matte, but also, in my opinion, very drying. This one is more matte, but not drying per se. I don't ever find that at the end of the day, my skin feels tight, or even after applying it, it feels tight. This one just kind of, you know, it's made for oily skin. But I will show you just now, we'll like fast forward it, and you can see that it does dry down, and there is no white cast, but it's one of those ones where you put it on and you're like, oh wow, this is more of a white cast than I thought it was gonna be. But it just takes a little bit of work. This was, I would say, like 2 or 3 layers that I put on. And as I continue to talk through this video, you will see that it does kind of dry and set. I feel like it does absorb better than a lot of other ones, in particular the Zit Sticka one, which is kind of like top on my mind because these two, well, the Zit Sticka and then this one are meant for oily acne-prone skin. So it's kind of a comparison without being a comparison. But if you are looking for something that really dries down and sets more in your face, it would be this one over the Zit Sticka one. So this one is a little weird. I would wear it pretty much in all formats. I like it as just a sunscreen. Like if I need something on my face, I don't have to worry about like sweating and it being too shiny. Just like baseline, this is a really good option just because it looks like my skin. It doesn't look too matte, too glowy, anything. It does layer under makeup. It actually layers really nicely with other sunscreens. Sometimes I like to do multiple sunscreens, so it works fine. The only thing is I do find that it will pill a little bit if you put it, like for me, this is always the area where it pills, and maybe it's just because I have a hard time rubbing it in there. But around the edges of my face, if I put too much on too quickly, it will pill. So just do small, thin layers like I always say, or wait maybe a few minutes after you put one layer on before putting the other on. I think it's just a matter of not putting too much on at once, and then I feel like it works really well. I wouldn't wear this at the beach or at the pool or working out. That's the only downside because it's one of those ones that kind of like will just run off my face. But it's another great one for just indoor activities, daily life, that kind of thing. Not super intense. It's also an SPF 30, so I prefer a higher SPF, especially if I'm going to be doing outdoor things or like walking all day outside in the city. So this one is just kind of like an everyday, maybe office sunscreen for me. And in terms of rating, it's a tricky one. I have had days where it has burned and irritated my face, and it'll be like all of a sudden I go from my normal skin tone to being like flushed and like really red and feeling red. And then other days like today, there's nothing. So I'm not sure if it's interacting with one of my skincare products or what, but I would say that it's interestingly maybe not the best for sensitive skin, even though it is targeted toward acne-prone, oily, sensitive skin people. I have seen that happen on me, not every day. I've also read reviews where it happens to people, so it's something to keep in mind. It could just be an interaction with some of my other skincare products, and I don't find that happens every day. I still continue to reach for it, so I do like it. So I would probably give it about a 7. I'm not going to give it a higher rating just because there is the other, I forget what it's called, like Youth Perfecting, I don't know. It's another very fluid chemical sunscreen from Paula's Choice. I prefer that over this one, but this one is a great option just for the finish alone. I do like it in the summertime. And then my last thing about it is it's kind of a little bit of a dupe for the La Roche-Posay and Thelios. I would say that this one and the other Paula's Choice are kind of very similar, and they both have that very fluid, nice texture, goes on easily, sets into your skin. Just a very like baseline, easy skincare or easy sunscreen product. So if you can't get your hands on that and Thelios, because it is made in Europe, we can get it shipped over here, but it's a little bit harder. But if you want it and you want something similar, this would be a good option as well. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. I know it's not talked about a lot, so maybe there's a reason. Maybe you have tried it and you didn't like it for a certain reason. I would love to hear those below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.